So it's been a while since I've uploaded another video. Probably because um, I don't really know what to talk about, but I still really want to make one. Um, I don't really know what to talk about beside how I really like how 2026 is going. It's going really well. The first month, January, a lot of good stuff has happened to me, and I've met quite a few people, and they were all nice. Especially, I want to give a shout out to my best friend, my twin. Well, I can't really mention her name here, but I just want to know if you watch this. I really appreciate you in my life. And yeah, the other thing that I really like about 2026 is my new hair. It has grown pretty long. I'm really happy about it. I really like how it looks. Yeah, but I think it's too long, and my school doesn't really allow having this kind of hair. They need to keep it short and neat. Probably because it's somehow a militaristic kind of school, but I'm not really sure. I'll just go out with whatever they say. I'm on grade 9, by the way, so I'll graduate pretty soon, and I don't wanna do another mess. I'll just follow the rules for now. And then yeah, I'm probably gonna cut it tomorrow. And I've set quite a few target in the end of 2026. I'll gonna be more I'm gonna do more workouts to grow my body, and then I'm gonna try to get into books more now. In the start of 2026, I've bought a few books. First one this is also the first book that I finished in 2026. It's called Animal Farm by George Orwell. It's really good. And I also bought 1984 by George Orwell. It's pretty thick. It got 400 kind of pages. It's really complicated story, but I think it's gonna be worth it because the story is really good so far. I just read to chapter 4. And then the other books is an Indonesian book called Bercerita. Probably some of my friends recommend me to read this book because it tells the story about Indonesia in the late Reformation or late Orde Baru. It's really interesting actually. So I'm gonna read it after I read George Orwell 1984. And I also borrow a book from my school library. It's not really a novel book, but it's a poem. It's a collection of a poem made by Adonis. He's an Arabic poet actually. It got many poem which is really good, without being translated into Indonesian, but still got the art in it. It still got its value. I really like how he tries to paint his perspective about the world with his language throughout his poem. It's really good. I almost finished it, but I don't really want to continue it. So it's a really good reference because I'm starting to to try to make my own songs. For the past 3 months, actually, I've wrote like 3 to 4 songs, but only one being actually uh, arranged with a full band arrangement. It's called. It's a secret song actually. Yeah, you'll know why. And then I made another one, like 3 or 4. One is currently on the making, in the writing process. Two, I don't know. I think I'm gonna abandon it. I don't really like how it goes, so I'll go with another song. But what is I'm trying to say is that most of the lyrics sometimes I took reference from another people lyrics, or I go and look into like poems and arts from different poets to take the reference of their words and their diction, because if I try to make my own, it will sound really cliche. It will sound really teenagers like, and I don't want it to sound like teenagers like, because it will sound cliche and people don't really like that kind of songs. Especially if it's a love song. Like, try to paint it. Think of it like this. You are like in the late 18, 17, 20. That's like the dominant people that are using the social media right now, and the productive age is the majority of the age that are on the social media. Imagine finding a song, and it's a love song written by a 15-year-old kid. It's gonna sound really cliche, and maybe they cringe a little from the lyrics wrote by them, because it's not really that deep. But okay, continue from the previous one, because my dad checked of me and I don't really like doing a video while being checked. So I try to take more reference from another poems, so I can take their lyrics as a reference, because I don't want to make it too teenage cliche. But sometimes when you make it too what do you say, performative, like the lyrics will become performative eventually. It lost the essence of the purity, of the honesty of what are you trying to deliver. So beside making it less cliche, I don't want to make it too performative. Yeah, so it'll eventually still be a song that I made with heart and not AI. I got an opinion about using AI in making music. If you're making music with AI, where the whole song is made by AI, it's just AI slop. It's trash. You got no creativity in it. But if you're using AI as a reference, because you got this artist block, and sometimes if you're really trying to live through with art, you're gonna have to be productive sometime, and productive means making a lot of art. And you know, art doesn't it if you're forcing someone to make art, it'll eventually become not really good. But because if you're forcing it, it will not be good. But if you are using a tool that helps to boost your creativity, like using AI as a reference, like I need to quote this as a reference, as what are you trying to make. I think it's a really good tool, because it'll help you to get over that artist block eventually. And you can, after that, you can use that reference and make it your own with your touch and completely different arrangement from that suits your style and that suits your fusion. So I think it's completely right. As long as you're not using AI as the whole song, maybe as a sample, it's still okay. But make sure to keep a little bit of your touch when making music with AI. And the other thing that I want to talk about is, uh, let's say, I I don't I'm having quite a trouble thinking about my high school, but I'm not gonna yap a lot of the on this topic because I think it's too personal and not really relevant. But yeah, I already talk about it to few people, and yeah, the solution is pretty clear. I just need to work hard, pray hard, work smart, study more. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, I watched a movie called Good Will Hunting. So it's about a guy named Will Hunting, which is really, really smart, especially in math, which I'm really bad at. He's really smart at math, and he learns all that only through books. And I really got inspired by him. Another good film that I watched is called Dead Poet Society. Dead Poet Society is a really good film. I wanted to quote one from Captain, played by Robin Williams, that medicine, law, engineering, those are necessary to sustain life. They are noble pursuits, but art, romance, beauty, it's what we live for. Imagine the world without art, without love. Everyone just do everything for productivity. There is there is no there is no laziness. There are no time where we slow down and admire the world around us. We keep on doing productivity, and making something while also being enforced by the demand made by the world. This we just exist, but we're not living it. So I think it's a really deep quote about life by Robin Williams in Dead Poet Society. And beside, I don't really only want to be a artsy guy. I also wanted to be a smart people. So whenever people ask about, maybe you're into art because you're not good at other stuff, like something that requires more logic. No, I actually pretty smart. Like, I got a degree in IT actually. I got a certificate about it. I'm really good at doing programs. I code for application that helps me. And then I also started to learn math, which I'm really bad at, from the basic again. Yeah, like I'm trying to become good with hunting. Then when you're good at both of them, the something that requires logic and something that requires feeling, I think it really completes me as a human, and it's gonna be a really good achievement. In the end, I just want to be grateful about 2026 and all the people I've gone through. The junior high school phase of me, it's really full. I learned a lot of lessons throughout the junior high school, from grade 7, 8, and 9. I experienced the hype of finding new friends in grade 7. I experienced the breakdown in grade 8 where I met with really complicated problems with a lot of people, but eventually I'll learn from that and become a better person in grade 9, which in the end I made a lot of new friends. I got a new perspective online, and yeah, the most important thing of that all is I got a really good best friend. I wish I could mention her, but when did I mention that I make a secret song? Yeah, that's for you. I'm gonna give you on your birthday, and that's all. So goodbye.